Have you ever imagined waking up one day and seeing your entire world crumble? A lifetime of achievements reduced to nothing in a matter of seconds. This is João, a man like you and me who had dreams, plans, and a brilliant path ahead. But when the unexpected storm arrived, he lost everything: family, job, hope. But wait, before you think this is just another story of defeat, get ready to be surprised, because it is in the darkest hours that the light of determination shines the brightest. Today, we will follow João's incredible journey, who found amidst the chaos the strength to start over and transform his own life. This is not just a story of overcoming. It is a powerful testament that even when everything seems lost, a new beginning is possible. So, stay with us and discover how João turned adversity into motivation, and how you too can find the strength to change the course of your story. João was known for his passion and dedication. From an early age, he dreamed of bringing joy to people through his culinary art. With much effort, he opened his own restaurant, a cozy place where flavors and smiles met. Customers became friends, and the restaurant was not just a business, but an extension of his family. But life can be unpredictable. On a stormy night, a short circuit caused a fire that consumed everything João had built. In a few hours, the flames reduced years of hard work, dreams, and investments to ashes. Without insurance and with accumulated debts, he watched his world crumble before his eyes. Despondent, João walked the streets aimlessly, carrying only the clothes on his back and a heavy heart. The laughter that once filled his restaurant was now replaced by the deafening silence of loss. Friends drifted away, bills piled up, and the shadow of depression began to haunt him. Amidst this darkness, he wondered, how do you start over when you have nothing left? How do you find strength when even hope seems to have disappeared? The nights were long and the days empty. Each dawn was a painful reminder of the reality he needed to face. But destiny had not yet written the last chapter of João's story. Something extraordinary was about to happen, something that would change not only his life, but also the way he saw the world and himself. And it is at this crossroads between pain and perseverance that we begin to understand the true strength that exists within each of us. On one of those dark days, while João was sitting on a park bench, an old man approached and sat beside him. With a serene look, he said, "Sometimes storms come not to destroy, but to clear the path." Surprised by the unexpected approach, João felt a curious calmness and began a conversation. The man, named Miguel, was a traveler who carried with him stories and experiences from distant places. He listened attentively as João vented about his losses and disillusionments. Miguel then shared his own stories of overcoming, moments when he thought of giving up, but found strength in the simple things in life. "Have you ever considered that maybe this is the moment to rediscover yourself?" Miguel asked. These words resonated deeply with João. For the first time in a long while, he felt a small spark of hope ignite in his heart. In the following days, João began to explore the city with new eyes. He noticed a small community library in need of repairs, an abandoned park that could flourish again, people who, like him, were seeking a purpose. He decided to dedicate his time to help wherever he could, starting by organizing a collective effort to revitalize the library. As he worked side by side with volunteers, João rediscovered skills he didn't know he had: leadership, empathy, determination. Each completed project was a brick in the reconstruction of his self-esteem. The connections he formed reminded him of the value of human relationships and the positive impact he could have on others' lives. One day, revisiting the location of his old restaurant, he had an idea. What if he could combine his passion for cooking with this new life purpose? He decided to create a community kitchen, where vulnerable people could not only feed themselves, but also learn a profession. With the help of new friends and the community, the project came to life. The community kitchen became a meeting point, a place where stories were shared and dreams were encouraged. João taught recipes, but also learned from each person who passed through. Joy returned to his daily life, now in a deeper and more meaningful way. The news of the project spread, attracting the attention of the local media. In an interview, João said, "Losing everything made me realize that the most important things are not the things we own, but the lives we touch. Starting over is not going back to the starting point, but charting a new path with what we have learned." His story inspired many, and donations began to arrive. With additional resources, he expanded the community kitchen into a professional training center, offering courses and support for those seeking a second chance, just like him. João understood that adversities can be transformed into growth opportunities, and that by extending a hand to others, we strengthen not only them, but ourselves. His journey of starting over became a living example that even after the most devastating losses, it is possible to rebuild a life with even more purpose and passion. One afternoon, while the community kitchen was buzzing with energy, João noticed a young woman standing near the entrance. Her eyes reflected curiosity and a hint of hesitation. Approaching with a welcoming smile, he said, "Hello, welcome. My name is João. Would you like to join us?" The young woman, surprised by the gentle approach, replied timidly, "I'm Anna. I was just watching. I don't know if I have a knack for this." João nodded, encouraging her. "You know, Anna, everyone here started exactly like that. The kitchen is a magical place where we discover hidden talents. How about giving it a try?" She hesitated for a moment, but something in João's confidence made her agree. "All right, I'll try." As they prepared a simple recipe, Anna began to loosen up. In no time, she was laughing and sharing stories with others. João watched with satisfaction as the transformation appeared on her face. During a break, Anna looked at João and confessed, "You know, I was going through a tough time. I lost my job recently and felt lost. This place, you all, made me feel part of something again." João smiled, understanding exactly how she felt. "I'm glad you found a refuge here. Sometimes when one door closes, it's because we need to find new directions." Anna pondered those words and asked, "How did you manage to overcome your own difficulties? You seem so strong and full of purpose." He took a deep breath before responding. "It wasn't always like this. There were moments when I thought of giving up, but I realized that the strength I was looking for was inside me all along. And by helping others, I found my way back." Anna's eyes sparkled with new determination. "I want to be part of this. I want to help too." João nodded, feeling genuine joy. "It will be a pleasure to have you with us." Days passed, and Anna became a key member of the community kitchen. Her empathy and dedication inspired others, just as João had inspired her. In a meeting with all the participants, João announced, "We have achieved so much together, and this is just the beginning. Each one of you is living proof that we can turn challenges into opportunities." He then looked around and posed a question to the group. "I'd like to know, what is the dream you have not yet realized? I believe that together we can help each other achieve them." Now, I extend this question to you watching us. What is the dream you still wish to achieve? And what inspires you to keep going, even in the face of difficulties? Share your story in the comments. Let's build a chain of inspiration together. Weeks passed, and João's community kitchen transformed into a true center of transformation. People from different backgrounds and ages came together not only to learn about cooking, but to share experiences and rebuild their lives. One day, during a meeting, Miguel, the old man who had inspired João in the park, reappeared. With a calm smile, he observed the progress of the project. "João, I'm impressed with what you've accomplished here," said Miguel, approaching him. João responded gratefully, "Miguel, it's thanks to you that I found the way to all this. Your words gave me the courage I needed." Miguel placed his hand on João's shoulder. "Actually, the courage was always within you. You just needed a reminder." As they talked, Anna approached with an excited expression. "Sorry to interrupt, but we have a surprise," she announced. Curious, João and Miguel followed Anna to the main hall. There they found all the participants gathered, and in the center, a mural filled with photos, drawings, and messages. Anna explained, "This is the mural of dreams. Each of us has placed our goals and inspirations here. We want everyone to see that together we can achieve them." João looked visibly moved. "This is amazing. You can't imagine how much it means to me to see everyone united in this way." One of the participants raised his hand. "João, we'd like you to place your dream on the mural too. You inspire us daily, and we want to be part of your journey as well." He smiled, reflecting for a moment. "My biggest dream is to expand this project to other communities so that more people can find hope and opportunities like we found here." Miguel intervened. "And what's stopping you from starting now?" João pondered. "Maybe it's the fear of the unknown or the lack of resources. But seeing all this energy and support, I believe we can overcome any obstacle." Anna raised her voice enthusiastically. "Then let's make it happen. We can organize events, raise funds, mobilize more volunteers. Together, we can take this idea forward." The room filled with applause and expressions of support. The flame of community burned stronger than ever. That night, while closing the kitchen, João spent a few minutes admiring the mural. Each dream represented, there was a reminder of the power of resilience and unity. He took a pen and wrote beside his dream, "With determination and togetherness, we will get there." The next day, preparations began to expand the project. They organized food fairs, outdoor workshops, and partnerships with local small businesses. The community embraced the cause, and the impact was felt beyond the neighborhood's borders. One Saturday, during a large community event, João climbed onto the makeshift stage. Looking out at the gathered crowd, he felt a wave of gratitude and purpose. "When everything seemed lost, I found in each of you a reason to continue. Today, we're not just celebrating the expansion of a project, but the strength that exists in every person willing to make a difference." He paused and continued, "And you watching us now, have you ever stopped to think about the impact you can make by reaching out to someone? Small actions can change lives, including your own. How about taking the first step today? We invite you to share in the comments, what simple action can you take to make a difference in someone's life? Your story could be the inspiration someone else needs to start transforming the world around them." At the height of all this enthusiasm, when the expansion of the community kitchen seemed unstoppable, an unexpected twist shook the foundations of the project. On a sunny morning, while João was preparing for another day of work, he received a registered letter. The sender was a company whose name was unfamiliar to him. Upon opening the correspondence, he felt a chill down his spine. It was a formal notification informing him that the building where the community kitchen operated would be auctioned in 2 weeks to settle old debts of the previous owner. The news hit like a bomb. Astonished, João immediately convened a meeting with everyone involved. The expression of worry was etched on every face present. "This can't be happening," said Anna, almost whispering. "We worked so hard to build all this." Miguel, always serene, tried to keep the group calm. "We need to understand the situation better. Maybe there's something we can do to stop this auction." João, trying to hide his desperation, agreed. "I'll go to the notary and the city hall today. We can't waste time." Over the next few days, João plunged into a bureaucratic battle. He discovered that the previous owner had accumulated huge debts and disappeared, leaving the property as collateral. Legally, there wasn't much that could be done to prevent the auction. The community, upon learning of the situation, united in support. They organized petitions, peaceful demonstrations, and social media campaigns. The story gained traction, and the local media began covering the case. In a desperate attempt, João decided to participate in the auction in hopes of purchasing the property. But there was a major problem. They didn't have enough financial resources. On auction day, the atmosphere was tense. Representatives from real estate companies and investors awaited eagerly. João was there, accompanied by Ana and Miguel, hoping for a miracle. When the auctioneer started the session, the bids began high. João made the initial offer with all they had managed to raise, but soon he was outbid by amounts far beyond their means. Feeling defeated, he was about to leave when a firm voice echoed in the room. "I offer 1 million reais." Everyone turned to see who had made the bid. To João's surprise, it was an elegant, middle-aged man he didn't recognize. The auctioneer, surprised by the amount, asked, "We have a bid of 1 million reais. Does anyone offer more?" Silence took over the room. No one outbid the offer. The gavel struck, closing the auction. After it ended, the stranger approached João. "You must be the João everyone's been talking about," he said, extending his hand. "Yes, I am, but I confess I don't know who you are." The man smiled. "I'm Carlos. I'm a businessman, and I grew up in this neighborhood. Recently, I saw the story of the community kitchen on television and was moved by the impact you're making here." João, still confused, asked, "But why did you buy the property?" Carlos placed his hand on João's shoulder. "Because I believe in what you're doing. I want to donate the building so you can continue your work without worries." Ana couldn't contain her emotion. "This is incredible. We don't know how to thank you." Carlos continued, "I just ask one thing in return, that you continue transforming lives. The world needs more initiatives like yours." João felt tears streaming down his face. "We promise to honor this generosity. You didn't just save a building, but the dreams of many people." The news of the donation spread quickly. The community celebrated not only the continuation of the project, but also Carlos's demonstration of altruism. However, as everyone celebrated, shadows began to emerge. Some people, driven by envy, started spreading rumors that João was taking advantage of the situation for his own benefit. Social media was flooded with unfounded accusations. The reputation he had built with so much effort was being threatened. Miguel, concerned, met with João. "We need to act. These lies can't destroy everything you've built." João, shaken, replied, "I never imagined that helping others could generate so much negativity. But I won't let this bring us down." They decided to organize a public assembly. They invited all community members, the press, and even the most fervent critics. On the scheduled day, the hall was packed. João took the stage, visibly emotional. "I know there are doubts and concerns about my intentions," he began. "I'm here to clarify any issues and reaffirm my commitment to all of you." A voice from the back of the room shouted, "If you're so honest, why did you receive such a large donation without questioning it?" João took a deep breath. "Because I believe in the goodness of people. Carlos wanted to help us without asking for anything in return, other than for us to continue our work. But I understand the distrust, and I'm willing to make all our activities transparent." Ana took the floor. "We can form a community council to manage the kitchen with everyone's participation. This way, we ensure everything is done correctly and transparently." The proposal was well received. Gradually, the tension eased and voices of support began to resurface. Carlos, who was also present, took the stage. I can't stay silent about this. I invested in this project because I believe in the strength of the community. I ask that we put aside our doubts and work together for the common good." The assembly concluded with a new collective commitment. The unexpected twist had almost destroyed everything, but it served to strengthen the bonds and improve the project's management. And so João learned that even in the greatest moments of adversity, it is possible to find solutions when there is unity and transparency. The community kitchen not only survived, but became a model of participatory management, inspiring other communities to follow the same path. Now I ask you, how would you handle a situation where your work and integrity were called into question? Have you ever been through something similar? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could be the key to helping others overcome similar challenges. With the community kitchen thriving and the community's trust strengthened, João began to envision new possibilities. One day, while reviewing plans with Ana and Miguel, he received an unexpected call. It was an invitation to participate in an international conference on social innovation to be held soon. Ana exclaimed excitedly, "João, this is an incredible opportunity. Imagine how many people you could inspire with our story." Miguel agreed with a wise smile. "And maybe we can learn new practices to further enhance our work here." Determined to share his experience and absorb new knowledge, João accepted the invitation. Upon arriving at the conference, he was impressed by the diversity of projects presented. People from all over the world shared initiatives that transformed communities and lives. During one of the lectures, he met Sofia, an environmental activist leading an urban agriculture project in another city. They exchanged ideas and realized they could join forces. Sofia enthusiastically commented, "Imagine if we could integrate urban agriculture into your community kitchen. We could provide fresh and healthy food, as well as promote sustainability." João reflected on the proposal. "That would be wonderful. In addition to benefiting our community, we would educate people about the importance of growing their own food." Back in his city, João presented the idea to the community council. Everyone was excited about the possibility of expanding the project and promoting sustainable practices. They then began implementing community gardens in unused urban spaces. They involved schools, the elderly, and volunteers, transforming abandoned land into productive gardens. The initiative not only provided food for the community kitchen, but also strengthened the bonds among residents. One day, while João was helping plant seedlings with a group of children, one of them asked, "Uncle João, is it true that plants feel when we care for them with love?" He smiled, touched by the purity of the question. "I believe so. When we put love into what we do, everything around us blossoms." Meanwhile, the initiative caught the attention of local authorities. The city mayor sought out João for a meeting. "João, I've been following your work and I'm impressed by the positive impact on the community. I'd like to offer official support to expand your projects," said the mayor. João, cautious, replied, "I'm glad for the recognition, but our priority is to maintain the community and participatory essence of everything we do." The mayor assured him, "I understand perfectly. Our intention is to provide resources and infrastructure without interfering in management. We want it to serve as an example for other communities." With this support, new horizons opened up. However, not everyone viewed the changes favorably. Some local businessmen, feeling threatened by the growth of community initiatives, began pressuring politicians and spreading false news, claiming that João's projects were harming the local economy. Rumors spread quickly, and once again João's reputation was at stake. Determined to face the situation, he convened a press conference to clarify the facts. Before the cameras, he spoke firmly. "Our goal has always been and will always be the well-being of the community. We're not here to compete, but to collaborate." I extend a hand to all local business owners to work together for a better city. Surprisingly, this attitude disarmed many of the critics. Some businessmen accepted the invitation and proposed partnerships, integrating their activities with the community initiatives. However, challenges continued. A national economic crisis began to affect available resources, and government support was drastically reduced. João realized he needed to find alternatives to keep the projects active. That's when Anna suggested, what if we use crowdfunding platforms? We can mobilize people from all over the country who identify with our cause. Miguel added, and we could also organize cultural events to raise funds and further promote community unity. They put the ideas into practice. They created online campaigns that quickly gained visibility. Local artists volunteered to participate in the events, and the community once again showed its strength. During one of these events, João climbed onto the stage and shared a reflection. I've learned that every obstacle is an opportunity to reinvent ourselves. True strength lies not in never falling, but in always finding a way to rise, stronger and wiser. He looked at the audience and continued, we face adversities that could have made us give up, but we chose to persist. And it is this perseverance that unites us and makes us capable of transforming reality. At the end of his speech, a young woman in the audience stood up and said, João, on behalf of everyone here, we want to thank you for never giving up. You've taught us the value of hope and collective action. Applauded standing up, João felt more motivated than ever. With the funds raised, the projects not only remained active, but also expanded. The community kitchen became a multifunctional center, offering courses, basic medical care, and spaces for cultural activities. Recognizing the importance of education, João initiated a scholarship program for young people in the community. Partner companies offered internships and employment opportunities, creating a virtuous cycle of local development. In a meeting with all the collaborators, João declared, our journey has shown that when we join forces, we can overcome any challenge. Each one of you is essential in this story of transformation. And addressing you, who is following this story, he concluded, believing in a dream is the first step, but realizing it requires courage and action. How about reflecting on what you can do to positively impact your community? Share your ideas and experiences in the comments. Together, we can be the change we want to see in the world. As the years passed, João's projects not only flourished, but also became a beacon of hope for many other communities. His community kitchen evolved into an integrated social development center, where education, culture, and sustainability walked hand in hand. People from various parts of the country came to learn from that initiative, born from the determination of a man who refused to succumb to adversity. On a special afternoon, João was invited to speak at a large event on social transformation. Before an attentive audience, he shared his journey. When I lost everything, I believed my world had come to an end. But I discovered that in reality, I was facing a new beginning. I understood that the strength to start over does not lie in the circumstances around us, but within each of us. He looked at the audience and continued, we faced challenges that tested our faith and resilience, but we learned that together we can overcome any obstacle. It's not just about rebuilding what was lost, but building something even greater, with purpose and unity. João paused, allowing his words to touch every heart present. Today, I don't celebrate my personal achievements, but the power of the community. Every smile we see here, every life transformed, is a reminder that hope is contagious. And it is our duty to share it. At the end of his speech, the audience applauded standing up. Emotionally moved people approached him to thank him and share how his story had inspired changes in their own lives. Back in his community, João realized that the true legacy was not in the projects themselves, but in the people. Ana now led new initiatives, Miguel had become a mentor to young leaders, and many others continued planting seeds of transformation. In a meeting with all the collaborators and community members, João expressed his gratitude. None of us would have reached here alone. Each one played a fundamental role in this journey, and it is with immense joy that I see how everyone has grown and become agents of change. He smiled and added, "The journey continues. There is still much to be done, many dreams to be realized, and I know that together we will go even further." And so, João's story became a living proof that it is possible to rise from the ashes, transform pain into purpose, and inspire others to do the same. And now I would like to speak directly to you who have followed us this far. What did João's story awaken in you? Do you believe it is possible to transform challenges into opportunities? Have you thought about how you can be the change you wish to see in the world? Share your reflections in the comments. Your participation is very important to us. If this story inspired you, don't forget to leave a like and share it with friends and family. And to continue receiving motivational content that feeds the soul and heart, subscribe to our channel and activate the notifications. Together, let's build a chain of hope and transformation. See you in the next video.